AmericanProfit.com coming back to you with another video on a beautiful day. And in today's video, I wanted to break down 6 deadly, terrible mistakes that you as a reseller need to avoid when you're going to thrift stores. I don't care if it's your local mom and pop thrift store, maybe it's Savers, maybe it's Salvation Army. For anyone who's in Connecticut, red, white, and blue, if you know what I'm talking about. I know if Thrift School's watching this video, or Vinny, I know you know about red, white, and blue. But I'll tell you right now, if you're going to thrift stores, you've got to avoid these mistakes. There's a lot of mistakes that can cost you a ton of money. So first and foremost, before we get into this video, and trust me, you're going to want to watch till the end because I'm going to share some tips that can really help you. Smash that like button, show some love if you like these types of videos, and smash that like button if you're making some money on Amazon. I want to know who's making money, who's flipping those books and DVDs and board games, electronics, tools. There's so many items that you can flip. Hey, I see those likes coming in. Appreciate the love, everybody. So let's get into this video and let's break down these 6 mistakes, these 6 deadly mistakes you must avoid if you're a reseller looking to actually make some money at the thrift store. Mistake number 1, not paying attention when you walk into the thrift store. What are the deals? What are the discounts? Are there coupons? Are there any bargains that are going on? I know when I go into my local Salvation Army, there'll be colors. Like right when you walk in above the register, there'll be blue, red, yellow, green. And there's typically a 50% off for that week. Now it depends where you are in the country. And let me know down below, where are you coming from right now in this video? I'm in Connecticut personally. Let me know where you are from. We got Steve Woodward in the house saying, loving your content, selling books, 4 months in, 4K in sales, 1,100 profit. Let's go. We got Michigan in the house. You got to pay attention when you walk into a thrift store, and it depends where you are in the country. Sometimes there'll be fill a bag sale, right? Which I haven't seen those in a while. Oh man, we got the book flipper community coming live in the house. What's going on? Book flipper community, Scout IQ, Caleb Roth. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you. But you don't want to overpay. Or a big mistake that could happen is you go into a thrift store, you don't realize that red is half off, and you start passing up on these deals that they're like on the fence, but you pass on them because they're not that great. But you didn't realize it was 25% off, or it was 50% off, it was buy one, get one free. We don't really have those in our area, but a lot of times it's, 50% off or half off. So pay attention to that. Also pay attention to the coupons. At our local Savers, sometimes they'll have 50% off clothes, or if you're on the text like notification list, you'll get text messages and notifications of sales or discounts or special bonuses for being a part of, like their free texting group where they spam you. But make sure you pay attention to coupons and discounts. Have your head on a swivel when you walk into the thrift store. So that's number 1. And let me know down below, what types of coupons or deals or discounts do your local thrift stores offer? All right, number 2, not experimenting with different times. Oh, we got Side Hustle Experiment in the house. Much love to you. Not experimenting with different times. Do you know what I mean by that? Say you only go thrifting at maybe, 11 a.m. And maybe you do well, or maybe you do like trashy. You go in 11 a.m., you never find stuff. Experiment. Try 1 o'clock, try 2 o'clock, try 5 o'clock. You have to get a feel for when are they bringing out the new inventory. And I'm going to touch on some tips in terms of taking advantage of new inventory, but that's where your money's going to be made. It's in that new inventory that's coming out. When are they bringing out new inventory? What days are they not putting out new inventory? Yesterday, I walked into Savers. It was dead as a doorknob. There was nobody in there. There was no resellers. I'm like, oh, I forgot Mondays. At this particular thrift store, they're not bringing out a lot of inventory. So you have to get a feel for what are the best days, what are the best times. And you're not going to be able to be perfect, but what my mom used to do is she used to get a little notepad. She would leave it in her center console of her car. She'd write down the times that she went in and the days and which days she did best. And after a couple months, she figured out what days and what times are best. You've got to get a feel for what time is best to go into the thrift store, okay? When are they bringing out the new inventory? When are they not doing anything? So that's a big mistake, not experimenting with different times. Number 3, this is a big one. A lot of people don't do this. I want you guys to do this. build relationships with the workers at the thrift store. Now, you don't got to bring them in cupcakes every other day or donuts, but every now and then it wouldn't hurt, right? Bring in some donuts, bring in some coffee, or at the very least, just ask how they're doing. Build rapport. Let them know what you're up to. Don't lie and be sketchy. Just let them know, hey, I'm a bookseller. Hey, I flip items on Amazon or on eBay, so on and so forth. Build relationships with the workers at the thrift store, because guess what? They will let you know when new deals are coming out, or when there's inventory in the back, or they're bringing out a new clothing rack. They might let you pick it when they usually don't let people pick it until it hits the floor. There's different rules per thrift stores, but I'll tell you right now, you can get backroom access. You can get a heads up on, you know, new inventory. Sometimes I've had people bring me books and bring me inventory and say, hey, I know you buy books. Build relationships. I can't say it enough. Build relationships. Mustache Mike says, never in 100 years thought I would need a coupon to go into Goodwill. It's expensive now there. Yeah. Flip the Thrift, what's going on? It's Rocco from Flip the Thrift. What's going on? Coming from Harrisburg, PA. Most prices have skyrocketed in Goodwill, Salvation Army, etc., but I still find profitable deals. Yeah, I agree. The prices have gone through the roof, but the good news is it's scaring a lot of competitors away. So yeah, you might not get the 800% ROI, but you could still make 100, 200, 300% on flips. Side Hustle says another great way to get in with the workers is to organize your cart before you check out. Put all the books in piles. Great tip. Really great tip, Side Hustle Experiment. If you guys aren't following Side Hustle, give him a follow, man. This guy is killing it, transforming his body and his business at the same time, which I absolutely love. Another tip is don't make a freaking mess. Don't make it look like a hurricane ran through the book section. You know, I've got some resellers at one of our local stores, and they're great. They put the books back, they keep it organized, they make friends. I mean, they do a really good job building relationships with the person who's bringing out the books. Okay, so mistake number one, not utilizing coupons, discounts, not having your head on a swivel. That's the universal sign, not having your head on a swivel to see if there's anything on sale, discounts, coupons. Mistake number two is not experimenting with different times. Figure out the best times to go thrifting. Mistake number three, failing to build relationships with workers. Now, before we get into mistake number four, I did want to let you guys know, I shared this in a video yesterday. We've had, so far, just so you guys know, we have an event going down. That's the Books and Beyonds Conference, September 13th to the 15th. If you're a bookseller, if you're a thrifter, if you flip DVDs, if you do Amazon to Amazon flips, seasonal flips, eBay to Amazon like myself, we're getting everybody together September 13th to the 15th in Las Vegas. Matter of fact, Side Hustle Experiment's going to be there. Joji's going to be there. I think we've got 15 plus speakers. I wanted to celebrate today. We have 47 people, attendees and speakers, who have already committed and purchased tickets and are going to the event. So we're hoping to have 150 to 200 people there. So check out the link down below. It's called the Books and Beyond Conference. I think it's the second link down below. We're hoping to have 150, 200 people. It's going to be epic. It's going to be awesome. And I'll tell you, if you want to meet myself and other influencers and actually Amazon business, you know, owners like myself and like you want to network, grow, September 13th. We're like 4 months out. For me, it's like a big motivating factor. I want to get my business like to the next level. I want to get everything systematized, because when I go there, you know, it's just a lot of fun just sharing your results and your journey. And, you know, I'm going to be presenting there. So check it out. I'm super pumped up. Link down below. The price is going up at the end of May. Okay. So there's going to probably be like 2 or 3 price hikes. Right now it's on super duper early bird discount, like to the, you know, loyal followers of Rake and Profit and whatnot, to the end of May. So there's no discount code or anything, but the price goes up at the end of May. Okay, so check that out. Tip number 4, as I take a deep breath, not attacking the new inventory. Now, I know the workers hate this. It, you know, definitely gets annoying. If I was a worker at like Savers, if I was bringing out a new clothing rack, or if I was bringing out books, it would be annoying to me for resellers to attack the new inventory, but you got to do it. You've got to attack the new inventory. Now, there's rules at some of the thrift stores. At some of the thrift stores, if you try to take clothing off the clothing rack before they put it on the actual storefront, they're going to smack you up. They're going to get pissed at you. I mean, this is a rule, especially at the Goodwill bins. You can't touch things until they tell you you can. This is a little bit different. But you got to get to know the rules at your thrift store. New inventory is where it's at. I don't care if it's a Savers cart or a Goodwill cart. You want to attack the new inventory. Now, be respectful. Don't be a jerk. There's some resellers out there who, I'll tell you, they are just rude. They're a pain in the butt. I mean, and I'm going to talk more about dealing with other resellers. And as Bruce says, too many sharks in the thrift store now. What's up, Bruce? Good to see you. That's my dad's name, actually. But you got to attack that new inventory. I can't say it. You've got to know where they're putting the new inventory and pay attention on that note. Certain thrift stores, like with books, some thrift stores just put their books all in randomly. Some of my thrift stores, they only put it on the end caps. So you have to get a good feel for where do they put the new inventory, okay? And tip number 5, learn the color system. Now, I haven't been to every thrift store in the country, not nearly, but every thrift store is going to have a different SKU system to keep track of the inventory. Most of them use a color SKU system with a tag with a color. Sometimes they have a SKU number, and they'll cycle through the different colors and then run discounts. You want to find out what color is the newest color. You might be thinking, I want to know the oldest color because I want to save 50%. Yeah, you want to know that because you could turn mediocre deals into decent deals. But what you really want to pay attention to, what is the newest color that is going out? Because instead of you having to scan the whole entire bookshelf, if you know blue is the new color, I would literally just attack blue because the reds, greens, and oranges have probably already been scanned through. Not to say you can't find some deals, but the lowest hanging fruit is the new inventory. You got to understand, what is their SKU system? What is their color system? So attack that new inventory is number 4 and learn the color system to be able to save time. And then tip number 6, and I'm going to get into the comments, guys. So drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. If I missed anything, let me know. You know, I don't know it all, right? I'm still learning, even though I've been doing this for over a decade. Tip number 6, don't let these mofos intimidate you, okay? I'm not going to say that word, but don't let the competition, or as Bruce said, the sharks, intimidate you. There's some people who they're just jackasses. I hate to say it. They're jerks. They literally will they'll try to box you out when you're going into into the cart. They'll try to intimidate you. They'll give you dirty looks. Matter of fact, my friend was telling me yesterday, hear this nonsense. This group of resellers essentially said when a new cart comes out, you have to call what you want or else you don't get it. What? I'm not going to call out what I want. I'm going to grab it if I want it. Some resellers are sharks. They'll try to create their own little civilization and create these rules and try to box you out. Don't let them push you around. I'll tell you right now. Be careful, though. Some of these guys are willing to fight you over it. Yeah, believe it or not. And put a 1 in the comments if you've ever been at a thrift store and someone has said something extremely aggressive or made a bold statement with their body movement or said something or pushed you. I'm not BSing you. I'm telling you, some of these resellers are really nasty, and they're like vultures. It is. I call them the reseller vultures. Some of them are very nasty. Most of them are good. It's like it's like society. 99% of people are good people. You got that 1% that's a bad apple, but don't let them intimidate you. I've said this story multiple times. We used to have this freaking old guy. He'd bring in a stool and post up right in front of the new books. Get out of here, man. I used to kick his stool out from under him. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. But, I would go up right next to him and I'd start scanning. He would give me a dirty look. Who do you think you are, Mr. Stool Man? You don't own the thrift store. I came in with a stool twice the size of his the next time. No, but seriously, guys. Keep an eye out for coupons and discounts, experiment with different times, build relationships with the thrift store workers, attack that new inventory, learn the color system, and don't let the competition, intimidate you, right? Bring a bigger stool, right? Gideon says, I'm in Texas. I got the attitude, not playing with these crazy people, thrift store goons. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, they're out there. Steve says, I map out Goodwill and Salvation Army surrounding an hour drive and then go one day, east, another, west, south. Lots of stores, lots of opportunities, Steve. Color system is so important. Great tip. It saves you a lot of time. New here, we use an FBA with your methods. I use FBA, Gideon, but there's a lot of people who do MF, which is merchant fulfilled, where essentially you don't send it to Amazon. You just store it at your house, and when it sells, you pick a package, ship it. And there's a lot of benefits to doing merchant fulfilled versus FBA. FBA, you're going to have to pay for shipping. there's a long lead time, right? So you might ship something out and it might not get listed for 2 or 3 weeks. If you get banned or suspended, they can hold on to your inventory. There's increased fees. For me, I do FBA because of the freedom. That's it. I mean, it's the freedom of being able to just source everything, have it go to a prep center, ship it to FBA. I thrift, but it's like 2% of my, to be perfectly honest, it's like 2% of my business now, like 1%, 99.9%. It's less than that. It's less than 2%, but most of the inventory I buy is from eBay. My VAs will buy it. It'll go to a prep center, and then that prep center will prep it, ship it to FBA, and when it sells, I get paid, and it's just a game of essentially just spending money. So, but I'm not gonna get too much into that in this video. We got Salem, New Hampshire in the house. Thanks for sharing your experience and knowledge moving forward. Let's go, White Tree Sales. Steve says, in my area, still haven't run across other resellers yet. More books for me. That's fantastic. Wow. You know, a lot of resellers have been turned off lately just because of all the rules and changes and increases in fees. But here's the deal. I just make sure that I source items with a high enough ROI and profit. And for me personally, the biggest difference in my business from 2022, where I did, I think 200,000 and change in sales, I had a $38 average selling price. Now in 2024, in the last year, I've done over 700,000 with a $125 average selling price. So how did I make up for the fees? I'm selling less items, but selling more revenue because I'm going after a higher average selling price. So the fees don't hurt you as much when you go after a higher, you know, selling price, a higher ticket item, but you do have to change up your strategy and be a bit more pickier in terms of what you pick up and flip. You know, I'm not picking up $10, $11, $12 items for the most part, unless it's a DVD I get for $1 and, you know, maybe it'll make $6 or $7 profit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, show some love. If you want me to make more videos like this, let me know in the comments, drop a comment. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, with that being said, have a beautiful day. I'll see you in the next one. Hey, Jermaine, I'm going to have to start it over now. Watch the replay, man. It'll be coming up. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.